Consistent trading is something that we all want, but it's very difficult to achieve. And the thing is, you think it's just as easy as finding a consistent strategy. Okay? So you find your strategy, you get really excited about it, you go and you do all your back testing, and then only to find out that when you go all in and live with that consistent strategy that you've been practicing, you find out that it's not the case. Okay? For some reason, you collapse under the pressure, or you can't maintain the same level of consistency that you were having during your back test. And this is repeating no matter the strategy. It doesn't matter which strategy that you use, this repeats all the time. So, what is it? So, in this video, we're going to talk about what consistent trading actually is, what it takes to become consistent, okay? And it's not as simple as you think, okay? There's a lot more to it, okay? So the thing is, you go through all of your videos and all of your strategies and all of your playbooks, and you go through all the mentors and gurus that you can find, okay? And you're trying to look for that consistent result. Here's the thing, right? Every strategy that has an edge, a winning edge, is actually consistent. Okay? So it's not about the strategy that is consistent, you see? You think that just by seeing the strategy work, you can apply it consistently. But here's the thing. It's you that is not being consistent. And when I say it's you that's not consistent, I'm not having a go at you, but I'm pointing out the reason why you cannot maintain consistency, because your internal subconscious programming is not consistently aligned to carry it out. See, so what happens is basically like this, right? You have your back testing, okay? So you spend 2 hours back testing your strategy, and you do 20 trades in that 2 hours, okay? And you get a positive result. So you get a consistent result, right? The thing is, that result was in that 2 hour period where maybe you were relaxed and calm, you were in a good mood, there's not a lot going on, okay? You're in a good state of mind, and so you're back testing and it all goes well. And then when you go live, the element that you didn't add into your back testing, because you cannot do it, is time. Okay? So the time to wait patiently to get into the position, and then the time that you have to hold the trade. So timing now becomes a factor in your forward testing, in your real trading, right? So when you have time going forward, things are now different, okay? Because the time that you wait to get into the trade, your behavior may not stay consistent. The strategy hasn't changed. The strategy is still the same. The strategy will still have the same consistent result, but it's the time element that now changes your behavior. Okay? So maybe one day you're in a bad mood, okay? Or maybe your partner is having a go at you, okay? Is nagging at you, and you've just had a big argument. So your house or your workspace, your home environment, or wherever you're trading from is basically chaos. It's a war zone, okay? And so when you have that sort of stuff added in to your routine or your day, your trading plan, it now creates inconsistency, okay? Because it's your environment that is inconsistent. And I'm not saying that, to blame your environment because it's easier. That's not the case, right? But you have to look at everything as a whole. It's not just the strategy. The strategy, having a consistent strategy or a consistent edge in the market is, between 2 and 10% of the equation. It's a small part, right? But then maintaining a consistent environment, a consistent frame of mind, right? Like, for example, you might be hangover. So you might have a bad habit outside of trading, right? You might have a drug addiction. I hope you don't. Or you might have an alcohol problem. You might be an alcoholic. So then you wake up and you're hangover one day, and one day you're not hangover, or you're recovering, or there is something else that is not helping your trading consistency. It's a behavioral thing, okay? So, or it could be that you have depression, right? So you can't maintain a consistent stoic attitude towards your trading. Or maybe it could be as easy as not eating correctly. So one day you're overloaded with carbs, so then you have a brain fog. So because you have brain fog, now you can't think straight. So one day you're thinking straight in your back test, right? And then you go live and you just had a whole bunch of pizza and a whole bunch of bread, and then now you're all brain fogged, so you can't think. Or you have a food addiction and food cravings for sugar, sweets. So now you're overloaded with sugar, okay? Or maybe it could even be that your sleep pattern is not consistent. You see, when you start looking at trading like this as a whole, it's no wonder why it's very difficult to become a consistent trader, to stay consistent in your trading, right? Because there are all of these other elements that will affect you. And yeah, you're human. We're all human, okay? So we're not robots. This is the thing, right? So humans are going to go up and down with their emotions. It's human beings. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can be depressed, or you can be stoic, you see? Or you can be still, or you can be cleared, you see? And so this is part of where I had my breakthrough, was realizing that it's not strategy, it's becoming stillness, right? Being numb and being cleared. So being stoic, and then also being boring, having the same boring routine. Because you see, your daily routine, if you wake up and you do the same thing every day in and day out, and you just practice, so you get up at the same time, 5 a.m. or whatever time, okay? You go to bed at the same time every day. You're not scrolling every day. You eat the same food. You eat clean. You don't have any chemical imbalance in your brain. Okay, so that means like you're not addicted to dopamine. You're not addicted to instant gratification, right? All of these things you have to clear. And then you have to clear all the negative emotions that trigger these things. Why do you go on a binge? Why do you binge eat? Or why do you feel like you have such an ego that you have to correct someone and argue back with your partner, or argue with stupid people? Do you see what I mean? Because it's not going to help you. Do you understand? So it's not just strategy, it's the whole thing. It's like like trading, you have to be zen, like in everything you do. Like every day you have to be just boring. At least from Monday to Friday you should be boring, okay? When the markets are open, like you don't want to like have such a beautiful and colorful life where like you're traveling and you're under stress, or you're doing this and you're doing that and you're overstimulated. Like, at what point do you become consistent? At what point do you become stable and still? Do you see what I mean? And you have to fix this, right? Because this is going to be a huge chunk of whether or not you succeed as a trader. Okay, it's not as simple as just finding the strategy. It's doing the work internally, being stable, being still, clearing all the negative triggers, all your negative patterns, right? If you have a tendency to doom scroll, or you have a tendency to, I don't know, be revengeful at the market, or FOMO into trades, or be impatient, like there are root causes to this. Like these are the effects, but you got to find out what the cause is. Okay, you have to get to the root cause, and usually it's some subconscious programming from your past. Do you understand? That is triggering your meat suit. You see, your body, right, is basically a meat suit. Okay, you're in this meat suit, right? And your body just operates on repeating patterns that it's used to, psychological patterns or routines, right? And so if you have these negative triggers, they're going to have negative consequences. You have to clear it all out. So you have to basically clear out the old meat suit and reprogram for the new meat suit. Okay? And then that's how you get your consistent behavior, by doing consistent things every day in and day out. You do the same thing. Okay? So basically, if you want to create new structure and clear out your old programming and reprogramming and basically upgrade your mindset and your psychology, okay, as well as improve your trading process, then check out the first link in the description. This is what we do. I'm not here to teach you strategy. That's the easy part, okay? I'm here to level you up as a human being, okay? Because trading is it's more psychology than anything. It's all your frame of mind, your mental state. So if that's what you want to do, check out the first link in the description. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you're dealing with. And if you want to check out a video on how to go ghost mode and focus, then check out this video over here. But until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.